The race is like a game of chess, and you have to be able to play that game of chess very well in order to execute a good pass, maneuver yourself towards the front of the pack, and hopefully win the race.
You know, I used to just throw myself in everywhere in qualifying and used to work, but when it comes to racing, I never used to have a good race pace because I used to kill my rear tires and I used to be sideways all the time. But now I've learned how to, you know, be more consistent and drive more smoothly.
Mentally, the driver has also to understand it is a trade-off. It is a trade-off from what can you expect from the car in qualifying, from what do you need on the race.
I think a lot of people can excel at qualifying, but maybe don't do such a good job in the race. You need to be the complete package, and you need to be able to have a cool, calm head, but be decisive, make the right moves in order to get the top step on the podium.
When you're out there on your stint doing a 30-lap stint, I'm pushing at 99.9%. I'm just leaving that little bit of safety margin to make sure I don't drop a wheel on the grass or I don't have a lockup or whatever, because if you have a lockup on lap 3 of a 30-lap stint and you have to double stint those tires, you're going to suffer for a very long amount of time.
And then sometimes with experience, you are able to manage that better, but sometimes then also you take less risk and then you're slower. So it's a fine line, you know, it's a very fine line in how you manage the risk you take, and that is performance. It's all about flirting with the margin. You know, you have to know, okay, I'm gonna dive bomb, it's gonna be okay, it's not gonna be okay, I take risk, I don't take risk, did he see me?
There are some drivers that I know I can race to the limit to 100%, and I know there are some drivers that I don't trust them, so I'm not gonna race 100% with them.
If people fight hard but fair, I'm all for that, I love that. But if you start to be a bit dirty and put your car in positions, in places that you shouldn't be, or push other people, just squeeze them out of the track, that's not what I like to see.
We were all very fierce competitors, and you know, we race each other week in, week out.
Sometimes when you are young, you don't think as much. You just go and push hard, and sometimes you end up being very quick. But then you get to the point where you're gonna have an accident, let's say. So again, after, it's all about making sure you manage it well.
Results play a big factor in how we're, you know, mentally coping. You know, sometimes if you have a stretch of bad results, it can be really tough. But the only way to bounce back really is to keep a level head and stay positive and you know, stay happy no matter what.
We do a lot of different brain exercises along with physical training. That's really important. You know, a lot of people don't realize that you need to be quite fit to drive these race cars. I mean, as soon as your body fails, your brain's going to fail right after it. So mentally, you can't stay sharp if you're not fit.
You need to have a little bit of a wider view. Of course, if it's the last lap of a race, my approach is very different to the first lap of the race. If the last lap I'm running P1 and I'm fighting with P2, my approach will be different than if I'm running P9 to fight with P10. So this changed a little bit, but this is what I like because this keeps you sharp.
It's how calm you are in the car, how in control you are, how well you know the car you're driving. You need to be good technically, you need to understand technically what's going on. You need to be aware of everything, and you need to be fit. So the fitter you are, the more aware of everything, the more you understand about the car mechanically, the more you will be in control. And being in control means you can do the same thing every lap after lap.
It's not as easy just winning every race. You've got to be consistent, you've got to be fast, but you've got to always get the job done.